Good morning on the last Friday of February, and welcome back to More Than Just Task Management. My name is Anna Angelova. I am your co-host for this podcast, and a business coach and consultant. And as usual, I have Joris Minusfand here with me. Morning, Joris.
Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone. What a beautiful morning it is, despite yesterday's heavy snow. Almost all of it is gone. So we have a nice, shiny, sunshiny day, but looks like there's more snow coming today. So we're gonna try to help you with your mindset and get you out of this slump. Hopefully, it will end sooner. So today we're talking about productivity mindset, a high performance mindset, something that will improve your productivity and completely transform your life and your work. It will increase your confidence and it will contribute to your overall success.
That's right. Today it's all about the mindset, and you've heard this one before, probably. Uh, it all starts with the mindset. Yes, working smart is make it, it matters. Working hard matters, right? Like talent matters as well. Like having the skills, knowledge, and all these kind of things, they do all matter. But everything actually starts with mindset and how you train yourself, how you train your brain to think, act, and perform at high level. And this is what we'll be focusing on today.
Mm. And you mentioned about working hard matters. What this will do is having this mindset will make you work smarter, not harder. We talked about this before. It will transform you into more results with less effort. And anyone can develop this mindset, right? It's not something, it's a learned skill that you can train yourself. We talked about training our minds yesterday. You can train your mind as well the same way with through practice and learning to strengthen your mindset to become this high performer where when you walk in the morning, you have very clear mind and you know exactly what you're doing and you're going to do it with excellence and you're going to better your habits day over day. So let's dive in.
Exactly, like bettering your habits and getting better every day. And like if you're wondering, like what is it, right? Like what is high performance mindset? It ultimately the thinking, like the belief system and the thinking we have that helps us stay motivated, focused, and resilient no matter what happens around us. It's the mindset that helps us approach challenges, opportunities, setbacks, all these kind of things in a way that moves us forward, in a way that helps us grow and get better every single day. And ultimately, mindset is the set of thoughts and beliefs we have in general. But when we talk about high performance mindset, it's a specific mindset, right? It's the one that, as I said, it helps us achieve more, be more efficient, be more effective, stay focused, stay motivated. And it's a for me personally, and I know I'm biased with my own beliefs and ideas and things like this, but for me
Don't
personally,
we all?
my mindset, we are, well, mindset is the key. Mindset is where everything comes from.
Yeah, and people who have achieved this level of mindset, the high performing mindset, they don't just react to life. They take control of their thoughts, their habits, their success, and they they learn how to take advantage of opportunities and focus on progress but not perfection. We talked about this before, the 80% rule, right? So it's like every day you do better, every day you do better, you measure and you check, and eventually once you get into that mindset, like I said, the first thing that happens when you wake up in the morning, you're clear, you know exactly what you're doing, you know what you will do today to contribute to your success.
I love that you mentioned opportunity, how like, people with high performance mindset like take advantage of opportunities, which again we mentioned it a few episodes ago. The definition of luck, right? The one that I really love from the compound effect from Darren Hardy, where he has the four components, right? We've heard that luck is preparation meets opportunity. His definition is actually, yes, preparation and opportunity are there, but also having the attitude or the mindset to see this as an opportunity and then to act upon it. So he adds the mindset, the attitude, and the action towards it. Yeah, I know I'm really kind of trying to make it so clear of how important mindset is and why we have this topic today. And even studies, like even research backs this up, because like studies show that mindset clearly impacts performance. And it's not just for business owners and businesses. If you think about athletes, like the world's best athletes, like the difference between the ones that win the gold medal and the one that win the silver, it's all about what's going on here. And if you believe you can improve, adapt, grow, you are far more likely to achieve success. And who was this who said it, that again, that quote, that whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right.
Yep.
So success is more likely for you when you believe you can achieve it, when you have this mindset, compared to someone who sees their abilities as fixed and has that different set of beliefs, ultimately different mindset.
Mm-hmm. And here's the best part. Your mindset is your choice. You can choose to train yourself to think and operate like a high performer, and you will become a high performer. It's not something that you need to buy or it's just a choice. As soon as you start making these good choices, your life will transform and you will get better.
100% agree. And this is one of the best things. And I've mentioned it before, that like one of the books that changed my life was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And the first habit, especially when Stephen Covey talks about that power we have to take responsibility, that we are responsible human beings. So absolutely, it's a choice and we can all do it. And okay, hope you're clear on this. And now that we know this, let's dive a little bit into how can you do this, right? Like what are some shifts, some mindset and mental shifts that separate high achievers, high performance from the rest?
Perfect. First foremost, it's focused on growth over comfort. All high performance, they embrace challenges. They welcome them. They know challenges are where the growth lies. And without tackling these difficult tasks, there is no growth. There is no success. And they choose not to avoid difficult tasks, and they lean into them, and they execute them, and they're one step closer to their success. What's the second one?
This one, like what the one you mentioned with challenges, absolutely. And it's actually in the ways that like you can view challenge through, like I might have mentioned with the 7 levels of energy from IPEC, like I'm an IPEC certified professional coach, and the 7 levels of energy and how they show us how we see the world, right? So if you see challenges as challenges, you can resonate at a like what they call level 2, right? One of the things like with hyper performance, they actually see challenges as opportunities. What you were saying, that it's a chance to grow, and this is level 5 thinking, right? The level 5 thinking. What I would add next, and as a step that most likely a lot of people will need to take first before they can see the challenges as opportunity and start welcoming challenges, right? One of the first things, and again, also aligned with the 7 habits of highly effective people, the first habit, take ownership. Because like, ultimately right now the world resonates levels 1 and 2, which are like victim mentality and blame culture respectively. And level 3 is the first constructive way of seeing the world, the first constructive way of being. And it starts with taking full ownership. Instead of blaming, instead of feeling like a victim, right? Level one, feeling like a victim that, oh, it always happens to me. I always do end up in these kind of situations. Or instead of blaming everyone else. Like we were listening to Jim Rohn the other day, and he was saying how at the age of 25 in America, he was broke. So why wasn't he succeeding? And he blamed, oh, it was the government, the taxes, the negative relatives, everything and everyone else. And then after that, once he changed his mindset, he called it personal philosophy. Once he changed, in the next 6 years, he became a millionaire. And he was saying, the government was more or less the same. The taxes were more or less the same. My negative relatives were more or less the same. Everything around me was more or less the same. The only thing that changed was my personal philosophy, my mindset. So this is the difference, like high performance, the best of the best. They take 100% responsibility for their beliefs, thoughts, actions, decisions, and the results they get. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for, oh, you know, the government is red, it needs to be blue or whatever. They don't wait for, oh, let the mortgage rates to drop or whatever it is. No, they create actually the conditions for themselves to thrive. And they thrive whether it's left or right, whether the interest rates are up or down, whatever it is, they thrive because they take 100% ownership and responsibility. And I know I'm really passionate about this thing, and this is actually one of the things that, again, it changed my life. And I truly believe that every single person, if every single person took 100% responsibilities for their life, we will be living in heaven. So it's like, anyway, let's continue with the third one.
And our hospitals will be half empty.
Yeah, that's so much. Anyway, let's continue.
We'll go on a tangent. The other thing that high performers do, Anna, is they develop a bias for action. And what does this mean? This means that they don't just think about what to do, they actually jump in and do it. They execute. They don't, like you mentioned, they don't overanalyze and wait until the perfect moment to execute. They just go ahead and do it. And that's probably what Jim Rohn did between 25 and 31. He just jumped in, he changed, he took ownership, he jumped in, he started executing. In less than 6 years, he was a millionaire. And a million back then was like 20, 30, 40 million now. So that's what you need to do. They start, they adapt, and they improve as they go. Don't just wait. That's so important to just jump in and start. Yeah.
Having bias for action, absolutely. And this is one of the things that once you start doing, you start learning and you get better at things. You see what's working, what's not. Absolutely, this is really a key one. And the last one I would add is again. In the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Covey mentioned this as well, our circle of control, right? Taking action and focusing on what we can control on and not wasting time on and energy on things that we have no control over. That okay, it's like most of us don't control what's going on. Yeah, we just had elections, so this is on my mind right now, but like the Ontario, the provincial elections, and like most of us, like what we can do is we can go vote. If we want, we can join the party, right? Like if we're really passionate, but ultimately most of us, the way we are involved is by voting. And like worrying about things and focusing on things that don't matter, not that don't matter, but it's like we have no control of, it's a waste of time. So, and the high performance, like they focus on what is in their own control, the mindset, the habits, the actions that are really, that they can contribute to. And this actually really helps because if you think about it, when you focus on what's in your zone of control, first of all, it actually helps you expand it. As you focus more and more on what's in your control, it actually grows, like your zone of control grows with this. But personally, what it helps with is that it reduces stress because when you know that you can do something about it, like you know that you can do something about your business, you know that you can go and find more clients, you know that you can improve the product or service you have, right? These are things in your control. When you go and do them, But if you like focus on the interest rates that you have absolutely no control over, like you just stress about it, and like there's absolutely nothing you can do. And when you stress, you don't have energy to perform. So focus on what's in your control. This is the last thing I wanted to add.
It's great, great, love it. So now let's actually find out, how do we develop these high performing mindsets? How do we rewire our brain for high performance? It all comes down to training your brain to think differently. And here are a few strategies. Take it away, Anna.
Well, where do I start? Well, you mentioned challenges, right? And I mentioned how if you see them as challenges, it still keeps you in a mindset that's a little bit like it's more limited, right? Reframe challenges as opportunities. And again, as I said in IPEX framework, this is level 5. Like it's very, very constructive, like a highly energetic level actually. So reframing challenges as opportunities. And instead of saying, oh, this is so hard, why is it happening to me, right? Welcome it. Say, oh, wow, this is an opportunity for me to figure this out, to learn something, to try, to test, to explore. And this dramatically change how much energy you have and even the results you have. So yeah, this is the one I would start with. How about you? Any on your mind?
Yeah, you talked about challenges and setbacks. They're inevitable. They are inevitable. What you need to train your brain is mental resilience. You have to practice mental resilience. When there is a setback, don't just let it crumble you. High performance, they bounce back quickly because they know failure. They see failure as a feedback. They learn from it, they adapt, they execute again. Instead of thinking, "Oh, I failed," so they say, "Oh, what can I learn from this? How can I turn this better?" And as you train your brain, this negative setback becomes something positive. You turn it into something positive, and you learn from it. It gives you more energy instead of bringing you down.
And one thing that, again, I know I'm going back to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, but amazing book. So as you were mentioning like how you approach the setbacks, right? One thing that really helps is visualizing, like visualizing success, but also visualizing like, and I think in the book he mentioned like imagining a situation that would be like, it would be a difficult situation, whether it's at home or in the business, like a meeting or something like this. Visualize and imagine you stepping into this situation. Like, let's say it's a meeting with a possible client where that that there have been some difficult parts on the road, and like you know that it hasn't been a smooth journey so far with this prospect, for example. So just visualizing yourself stepping into that meeting as your best self, right? And thinking about like visualizing this meeting going as well as possible. You handling the objections, you having that really good conversation, whatever it is, right? And again, this is something that research shows, and especially I know I'm going back to athletes as well a lot, but when we think about high performance athletes, you can learn so much from athletes. Like, yes, they're not running businesses, but in terms of mindset, it's amazing. They mentally rehearse and envision themselves like winning, not just winning, like not just the end result, but the whole performance, right? I think I've heard this from Michael Phelps. I think he was saying how he goes through the whole swimming, like the whole thing, right? And what we can visualize, we can create, right? And when your brain starts believing, it makes it so much easier for you to actually do this. Like, first you create it in your mind, and then you create it in the world. So this is really a big one when it comes to creating a mindset that allows you to achieve the success you want in your business and in your life. Like what we're talking about, yeah, I know we focus on business and give some examples with business, but mindset impacts every single part of our lives.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things that really helps this visualization and to keep it positive is to eliminate negative self-talk. I'm really bad at this, and I know, and every time you hear me saying something negative, you correct me. Your words shape your reality. Instead of saying I'm not good at this, say I'm getting better at this every day. Like I said, one example of I use myself as an example. When I do a workout, after my workout, I come out and I say, "Oh, my legs are killing me," and you immediately correct me and say, "No, don't say that because then your body will kill your muscles." That's a negative thing. So say something positive. I love how I train my muscles. They're sore from a good workout. And this is so important. This rewires your brain to have for confidence and success.
And when you were saying, just one more thing, in addition to what you're saying about, I love how you framed it, right? Instead of saying, "Oh, I can't do this," or "I'm not good at
Not
this,"
good at it. Yeah.
say, "I'm getting better every day." And this is really key how you say it, because if you go like, it's really hard to go from "I'm not good at this" today to like, if I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm not good at this, I'm a failure, I'm not good enough," to go to, "Oh, I'm the best in this," right? Your brain will be like, "Who are you kidding?" But I'm getting better. It's something that, yeah, I'm actually getting better. You know, today it took me only 40 minutes to prepare this piece of content, or the proposal, or whatever I'm doing, right? Yesterday it took me like an hour. So yes, I'm getting better. And it's easier. So when we're talking about reframing some of those negative thoughts and stopping them, do it in a step by step, with, "Oh, I'm getting better, I'm learning to do this in a different way," right? Focus on the process, that you can actually believe that, "Oh yeah, that's true, it's actually happening, I am learning, I am getting better." So I really love that you put it this way. And I know we've actually been talking about 20 minutes now on this topic, and it's a really like a
Mhm.
mindset. As I said, I'm really passionate about it. So quickly before we wrap up, actually, um, one of the things is, again, with everything we talk about, it's not a one thing, right? Like it's not something that you do one time and that's it, it finishes.
It's a connection. Yeah.
It's constant. It's about what you do constantly. And we live in a world that bombards us with level 1 and 2 thinking. Even yesterday, I mentioned this to Joris in the morning. Yesterday, I tuned in a little bit to see what's going on with the elections, and there was a former NDP representative who was saying something about, Doug Ford, if he cares about people, now it's time for him to show that he cares and start caring about people, and doing this for people, doing that for people. And it's like, wait a minute. It's not about us giving the things for others to care. Like, he doesn't have to care for us. Like, we take care for ourselves. And it's like, really, this mindset is so, like, it's something I'm so passionate about, and us taking responsibility. And you see how the world constantly bombards us with uh, belief systems and ideas that someone needs to take care of us, that we are not able to take care of us. Like, we need a government to take care of us. We need this person to come and save us. We need this person to come and take care of us. It's like, we're constantly bombarded. And then we also have, especially with those like news, right? Breaking news, this thing happened, that thing happened, that many people died on the road. And how often do we see how many people were born? How many kids broke records and did something, how many new inventions there are, how many people got married, and all these kind of things. We don't see this news. We're not bombarded with this kind of uh, positive view of
Positive.
the world and what's going on. So mindset, like, we really need to take care of our mindset consistently every single day. It's so important to feed our mindset every single day with that positivity that we want to have.
Absolutely, absolutely, and part of that consistent practice every day Be intentional. Don't just react to the news, to your inbox. Set clear goals. Start your day with intention. Decide what your top priorities are and execute those. And that will make sure that you are on the right path for that day.
Yeah, and I've mentioned it. I have a pen and paper. I have a
Yeah.
notebook, and this is where I write my things, right? And this is what I do every single morning with the intention. And then the other thing is, again, continuing with the morning, how important it is priming your brain. And some of the things that in the miracle morning, however, he actually mentioned all of them, right? So meditation, journaling, reading, a little bit of movement, even just a little bit of like a 20-minute workout or something like this, it also helps for the brain, right? um oh he so save so yeah, the journaling, the meditation, visualization, like visualization, and affirmations, right? All these kind of things. So even if you don't do all six of them, like just starting even with one, and again, start the day in a way that it reminds you how powerful you are, and sets you up for success. It takes you away from, like, you can be in this world, but like, how do they say it? Not of the world, in a way, like and one of the best ways is with a morning routine that really primes you for success.
Yeah.
Anything else on your mind, Juris?
Yeah, you mentioned about negative news and how they always talk about the death and the fire, and they never talk about the positivity. That's part of the reason is to that they control. They want to control us with fear, but that's a different session, different podcast. But when you think about negativity, uh, also your environment also matters. Not just the TV. You can turn the TV off, but people that surround you matter. Surround yourself with high performance, with positive people. If you're constantly around negative people, it's harder to maintain a strong mindset. They will bring you down. What is it they say? You're the average of the 5 or 6 people you're socialized with in your circle. So make sure that to maximize those people to be the positive people. And part of taking control of your life is deciding who will you socialize with. Seek
Love this
people,
one.
yeah,
So
seek people who
important.
challenge and inspire you.
Yeah, we should actually have a conversation entirely on this. The
On
people
the,
around you, like
yeah, this
yeah,
is so
yeah, in your
important.
network. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Good point. I'll put it.
yeah.
I put a note about it.
All right,
Uh,
let's make a topic for our next podcast, one of our
yeah,
podcasts.
one of the future episodes. Yeah, and I know we've talked about this as well, and throughout the day, right? It's important. So yeah, you start your morning, but then also throughout the day, the boundaries, like, it's not just with the people you surround yourself with, but when you have focus time, like really focus time, right? Close the door, tell people to not interrupt you. We've mentioned some of these things. Eliminating distractions. These are all things that really help with uh, developing mental discipline in a way.
Yeah. So we talked about how to start your day, be intentional. You just talked about what to do during the day. Now let's talk about how to end your day. End it with a reflection. A couple of podcasts ago, we talked about a nightly routine, not just a morning routine. Take 5 minutes of that nightly routine and review your progress. What did you learn? What will you improve tomorrow? Small improvements every day, and I think I said it again yesterday. Small improvements every day lead to big results over time. It's just like an interest compound. You put in $1 today, 10 years from now, it's $150. So make sure that you end your day with a proper reflection of what you've done.
And speaking of reflection and ending your day, we are at the end of our podcast actually, and we've doubled the time we have for today. But anyway,
Oh, wow.
it's an awesome topic, and yeah. So if you think about like developing a high performance mindset, right? It all starts with taking full ownership, 100% responsibility for your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions, everything, right? Like taking 100% responsibility. Then another key part is reframing challenges as opportunities. These things would not be presented in front of you if you were not able to learn and grow from them and overcome them in one way or another. And starting the morning with reframing things and like framing your day for high performance, right? Ending the day with that uh, looking back, like these are really
Reflecting.
key things. Reflection, yes, yeah, and
Mm.
surround yourself with awesome people who uplift you.
Us.
And be a person like this for someone else as well, right? Be the
Yeah.
be the light for someone else. Be one of these 5 people for others, right? And yeah, as usual, uh, we highly recommend from today, and we are a way for you to actually connect to that positivity, right? And high performance mindset. So start your day with us. I highly recommend this.
Yep.
And then the other thing is action. So what's one thing that like from today that stood out for you that you can implement it, you can do something about it today? Write it down and commit to doing it. And we'd love to share it if something comes up for you. Here on YouTube, you can comment. I'm not sure other podcast platforms, they probably also have some comment section or something, or leave a review, It would be fantastic to hear from you. And yeah, I think we've talked quite a bit for today. So thanks for joining.
Yeah. If you like us, subscribe, comment, and love to see you guys tomorrow.
Oh yeah, bright and early for another wonderful conversation wrapping up the week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.